How we do in college life? It is hard to tell the weeks apart from each other, but I assure you that it is week 4 of your quarter, and I wanted to say hello to you, even if it's just seeing my digital face, and just to give you a little spiritual nugget to chew on, hopefully encourage you this week as you're in Zoom meetings and your parents are telling you to do the dishes. And so, one thing about me is that I love the tensions that exist in the Christian faith. I love the tension of faith and works. I love the tension of grace and justice. But there's one tension that I often struggle to wrap my brain around or feel the full effect of, and it's the tension of God's immanence, that is his closeness, and his transcendence, that is his grandeur and bigness. And sometimes I feel like God is this far off being that is not very personal to me. He doesn't really care about my problems, so I have to sort of shout to get his attention. He's not close, he's not immanent. But sometimes when I think about him being immanent and close to me, I think, well, if he cares that much about my problems, he can't possibly be capable to save the world. But then there's this verse in Psalm 46, which is one of my favorite verses ever. And it says simply, "The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." Now, the Lord of hosts is a term to refer to God as like the commander of the heavenly armies. He's as transcendent as it gets. Yet, he is with us. He's close to us, immanent. And then the God of Jacob, he is this personal God to this particular people. He's a personal God, immanent. But he's not just a personal God, he's also a place of safety and security. He's a fortress. He's transcendent. And so God's immanence and God's transcendence are tied directly together. He is both the commander of the world, but he is also personally close. And when I really let that idea inform my thinking and inform my prayers, it changes my perspective. And so that's how I invite you to pray this week and to think about this week, knowing deeply that God cares about you personally, but is also a powerful and big enough God to do something about the things happening in our world. And so what's happening this week in college life? We on Friday have our next episode of Your Pod and Your Staff coming out, and so hope you listen to that. And also on Friday we have our Zoom paint night coming out, and so Julie Daisy King will be our very own Bob Ross, and we're going to be trying to have some community things happening every Friday night. So be looking out for those and check it all out. And remember this week that the Lord of hosts is with you, the God of Jacob